Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States suffers a stroke. That's more than 795,000 cases each year, and adults over 60 carry the greatest risk. The CDC confirms that nearly 80% of these strokes are preventable, but only if we pay attention to the quiet dangers hiding in our daily habits. You might believe that taking extra vitamins or natural supplements is harmless. After all, they're sold everywhere, at pharmacies, grocery stores, even online with heart-healthy or brain-boosting labels. But new research paints a very different picture. Several well-known supplements can silently disrupt your body's delicate balance. They can thin your blood too much, raise your blood pressure, or even trigger irregular heart rhythms known as atrial fibrillation, a direct pathway to blood clot strokes. A large analysis published in the BMJ found that high-dose vitamin E increased the risk of hemorrhagic stroke by about 22%, even though it slightly lowered the risk of another type. That tiny margin between helping and hurting becomes razor-thin after age 60. The truth is, you don't need to abandon every supplement. But when taken in the wrong dose, or by the wrong person, they can turn from protection into danger and silence. So before you reach for that next capsule, let's look at which ones could quietly raise your stroke risk, and what you can do instead. Number 1. High dose. Vitamin E. High dose. Vitamin E sounds harmless. It's sold everywhere with labels that promise to support heart and brain health. But scientific reviews tell a different story. According to the National Institutes of Health's Office of Dietary Supplements, 2 large randomized controlled trials found that participants taking alpha-tocopherol, even at 400 IU every other day, had a higher risk of intracranial bleeding compared to those on placebo. The danger comes from vitamin E's natural effect on platelets. It thins the blood. When combined with aspirin, warfarin, or other anticoagulants, that thinning can turn minor vessel damage into a serious hemorrhage. The NIH and the Office of Dietary Supplements recommend avoiding unsupervised doses of 400 IU or more per day. They note that while the official upper limit for adults is 1,000 mg, or 100 or 500 IU, depending on the form, research in the BMJ shows adverse bleeding effects can appear well below that threshold. Natural food sources remain the safest option. Almonds, sunflower seeds, and vegetable oils provide the antioxidant benefits your body needs without tipping that delicate clotting balance. Action. Today, if you currently take more than 200 IU daily, talk with your doctor or pharmacist before continuing, especially if you're using aspirin, warfarin, or dox. Sometimes the best protection for your heart and brain isn't adding more, but using just enough. Wisely and safely. Number 2. High-dose fish oil, omega-3. For years, fish oil was marketed as the heart hero in a bottle, a simple way to protect your arteries and sharpen your brain. But large-scale studies are revealing that taking too much can quietly backfire. According to multiple analyses in JAMA and Circulation, people using high-dose omega-3 supplements showed about a 25% higher risk, HR 1.25, of developing atrial fibrillation, a type of irregular heartbeat that greatly increases the chance of blood clot-related stroke. Atrial fibrillation doesn't always cause symptoms. It can come and go without warning, leaving older adults vulnerable to sudden strokes even when they feel fine. Fresh data from BMJ Medicine 2024, analyzing over 416,000 participants in the UK Biobank, confirmed this pattern. In adults without cardiovascular disease, taking fish oil capsules regularly was linked to a 13% increase in atrial fibrillation and about a 5% higher stroke rate. However, in people who already had heart disease, omega-3 therapy sometimes helped slow disease progression, showing that context and dose truly matter. The American Heart Association now emphasizes moderation. Food first, supplements only when prescribed. If your goal is general prevention, 2 to 3 servings of small, oily fish per week, such as sardines, herring, or anchovies, provide the right balance of EPA and DHA without pushing your body into risk territory. Action. Today. Unless your doctor specifically prescribed high-dose omega-3s to lower triglycerides, skip the mega capsules. Get your omega-3s from your plate, not your pill box. It's safer, cheaper, and your heart will thank you for it. Number 3. Ginkgo biloba. Ginkgo biloba has been called a natural brain booster for decades. It's often promoted to improve memory, focus, and circulation, especially among older adults. But the truth is more complicated than the label suggests. According to data published in PubMed Central, PMC, Ginkgo acts as a natural antiplatelet agent, meaning it can make your blood less likely to clot. That might sound like a good thing, until it combines with medications that do the same job. When used alongside aspirin, clopidogrel, warfarin, or DOACs, modern blood thinners, Ginkgo can significantly increase the risk of bleeding, including dangerous internal or intracranial hemorrhage. A real-world study among U.S. veterans taking warfarin found that those who also used Ginkgo had a notably higher rate of major bleeding events compared to those who didn't. The problem isn't always immediate. Even moderate doses taken daily can build up over weeks, thinning the blood beyond safe levels, especially after age 60, when metabolism slows. And despite all the marketing, scientific evidence for Ginkgo's effect on memory remains weak and inconsistent according to systematic reviews. Action. Today, if you're on any blood-thinning medication, stop self-supplementing with Ginkgo and talk to your pharmacist or doctor first. A safer way to boost brain circulation is 15 to 20 minutes of walking or simple balance exercises each day, proven by multiple NIH-backed studies to enhance blood flow and cognitive function naturally. Sometimes the best brain supplement is simply movement. Number 4. Ginseng. Ginseng is often praised as a symbol of vitality, a natural remedy said to boost energy, focus, and stamina. But for older adults on blood thinners, that same root can quietly undo critical medical protection. According to studies in PubMed, ginseng has been shown to reduce the effectiveness of warfarin, one of the most commonly prescribed anticoagulants for stroke prevention. Both randomized controlled trials in healthy volunteers and documented clinical case reports have demonstrated that ginseng can lower INR levels, the key measure doctors use to confirm whether blood is safely thinned. When INR drops too low, the blood becomes thicker, clots form more easily, and the risk of stroke or heart attack rises sharply. This effect may take days or weeks to appear, making it easy to overlook until a serious event occurs. Researchers believe ginseng interferes with warfarin's metabolism in the liver, accelerating how quickly it's broken down. The result? A hidden reversal of your medication's intended benefit, and a return of the very danger it was meant to prevent. Action. Today, if you're currently using warfarin or any blood thinner, avoid ginseng in all forms, including teas, powders, or energy tonics. If you're simply looking for a natural way to stay alert, choose a cup of green tea or focus on regular quality sleep. Both are backed by NIH and CDC data for improving daytime energy safely. When it comes to heart and brain health, balance and consistency beat boosts every time. Number 5. St. John's wort. St. John's wort is often marketed as a natural mood enhancer. Many people take it hoping to ease mild sadness or improve sleep without turning to prescription drugs. But few realize how powerfully it interacts with the body's drug-metabolizing systems. Research compiled in PubMed Central, PMC, shows that St. John's wort is a potent inducer of liver enzymes, specifically CYP3A4, CYP2C9, CYP2C19, and the drug transport protein P-glycoprotein, PGP. This means it speeds up how quickly many medications are broken down and cleared from the bloodstream. For anyone taking warfarin or newer anticoagulants such as apixaban, rivaroxaban, or dabigatran, this can be dangerous. Faster metabolism means lower blood levels of the drug, leaving your blood underprotected and greatly increasing the risk of stroke-causing clots. The same mechanism can weaken the effects of heart medicines, antidepressants, anti-rejection drugs, and even HIV treatments. Because these changes happen gradually, Most people don't notice until their symptoms worsen or a preventable medical event occurs. Action today. If you're using any blood thinner, heart medication, immune suppressant, or antiviral, do not take St. John's wort unless a doctor specifically approves it. For mild mood or sleep concerns, try consistent sleep routines, morning sunlight, or guided relaxation and meditation, all shown in NIH and CDC research to improve mood safely and naturally. Nature can help, but only when it works with your treatment, not against it. Number 6. Bitter orange. Bitter orange, often found in fat burners and pre-workout powders, looks harmless because it's plant-based. But its active compound, synephrine, acts almost like adrenaline in the body. Research published in PubMed shows that synephrine stimulates the cardiovascular system in a way similar to catecholamines, raising heart rate and blood pressure for several hours after a single dose. In a controlled clinical trial, participants who took synephrine experienced a measurable increase in systolic and diastolic blood pressure, as well as faster pulse rates that persisted through the afternoon. A 2022 review of multiple human studies found that long-term users showed sustained elevation in blood pressure, especially when synephrine was combined with caffeine. Doctors have also reported stroke cases linked to over-the-counter weight loss supplements containing this compound. That's because the constant stimulation can strain already aging blood vessels. A dangerous mix for adults over 60 with hidden hypertension or heart rhythm problems. Action. Today, if you have high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, or heart disease, avoid any supplement labeled energy, pre-workout, or fat burner that lists synephrine or citrus aurantium extract. Instead, take a 10-15-minute brisk walk after meals, a proven drug-free way to lower blood sugar and triglycerides, safely according to data summarized on drugs.com and NIH sources. Sometimes the best metabolism booster isn't in a pill. It's the way you move every day. Number 7. Licorice root. Licorice root has been used for centuries in herbal teas and traditional remedies. Many people enjoy it for its naturally sweet flavor or soothing effect on digestion. But behind that gentle taste lies a hidden risk, especially for older adults. According to clinical data published in PubMed, licorice contains a compound called glycyrrhizin, which can trigger what doctors call pseudohyperaldosteronism, or pseudomineralocorticoid syndrome. In simple terms, it tricks your body into holding onto sodium and losing potassium. That imbalance drives up blood pressure, causes fluid retention, and disrupts heart rhythm. Several documented case reports describe severe hypertension, muscle weakness, and arrhythmias in adults over 60 who regularly drank licorice tea or used herbal blends containing it. Even moderate daily intake, such as 2 cups of licorice tea, can be enough to cause problems if your kidneys or heart are already sensitive. The danger grows when licorice interacts with diuretics or blood pressure medications, compounding potassium loss and raising the risk of irregular heartbeat or even stroke. Action. Today, if you have high blood pressure or take water pills, diuretics, avoid teas, candies, or supplements made with licorice root or glycyrrhizin extract. Instead, flavor your tea with ginger or cinnamon, both naturally warming and shown in PubMed-reviewed studies to support circulation without affecting electrolytes. Sweetness can comfort, but in the wrong form, it can quietly strain your heart. Connection. The hidden link behind harmless supplements. At first glance, supplements seem simple, just vitamins, herbs, or oils meant to support health. But in the body, they behave like active chemicals, influencing blood clotting, heart rhythm, and blood pressure in ways most people never realize. What feels harmless can quietly shift your body's internal balance, especially after 60, when metabolism and liver clearance naturally slow down. This means a dose that once felt fine at 50 can suddenly become risky 10 years later. Research compiled in PubMed Central, PMC, shows that many popular supplements, vitamin E, Ginkgo, Ginseng, and even fish oil, interact with common cardiovascular drugs such as aspirin, clopidogrel, warfarin, and DOAX. Some make the blood too thin, increasing the risk of bleeding. Others make it too thick, raising the chance of clot formation and stroke. The danger isn't in any single capsule, but in the cumulative effect of mixing multiple natural products with prescription therapy. Doctors call this the drug-supplement interaction paradox, when a well-intentioned habit undermines the very treatment designed to protect you. So before adding anything new to your routine, remember, the biggest threat isn't what's missing from your diet, but what quietly overlaps with your medicine cabinet. Here's what truly matters. Most supplements aren't the enemy, but using them the wrong way or in the wrong mix can quietly turn them into one. At this stage of life, your body processes everything more slowly. What once felt safe can suddenly tip the balance of your blood, your heart rhythm, or your pressure. If you're taking vitamin E, fish oil, ginkgo, ginseng, St. John's wort, bitter orange, or licorice root, this is the moment to pause and think. Each of these can interfere with common heart and blood-thinning medications, from aspirin to warfarin. The smartest move isn't to fear supplements. It's to understand them. Talk with your pharmacist or doctor and rebuild your daily routine around real food. Small fish like sardines or herring twice a week, a handful of nuts, fresh greens, a short walk, and a good night's sleep. Science from the NIH and CDC continues to show that these quiet, everyday choices lower stroke risk far better than any capsule ever could. Your health isn't in the next bottle. It's in the habits you keep, the meals you choose, and the peace of mind that comes from balance.